Here we will see create user-defined table in MS SQL Server. The guidelines for creating a user-defined table in SQL servers are: define an appropriate naming convention for table names. Use different schemas to group similar table objects. Always ensure that the referential integrity is maintained using the SQL Server constraints such as primary key, foreign key, etc. Always define a suitable data type and its length to quickly read and write data. Use database normalization techniques to reduce data redundancy and improve data integrity. Understand the different normalization forms and how to use them. And define suitable indexes for your query workloads. 3 items are needed for table creation: name of the table, names of the fields, and definition for each field. There are 2 ways to create a new table in SQL Server. First, by using Transact SQL script, and second by using Table Designer in SQL Server Management Studio. First we will see creating a database table using Transact SQL script. You can execute the create table statement in the query editor to create a new table in SQL Server. General syntax for creating a table is create table, then database name, schema name and table name, and the different columns with their data type and length, and the additional table constraint required. Here database name is the database name in which we are going to create a table. It must be existing in the defined database, otherwise it will assume the current database by default. Then schema name, which specifies the name of the schema in which you want to create a table. Table name specifies the desired table name. Column name specifies the column name that you want to add to a table. Data type specifies the data type of a column. Length specifies the length of the column. And table constraint indicates different table constraints such as primary key, unique key, foreign key, check, etc. For example, create table project1 .dbo.employee, where project1 is a database name, dbo is a schema and employee is a table name. And here different fields are defined as employee ID with type integer, first name with type n varchar 50, last name with n varchar 50, email, phone number, hire date and salary. Here hire date is defined as date and salary is defined as money. Next we can create a table using SQL Server Management Studio. Here they expand the database where you want to create a new table, which will open a table designer where you can enter a name of a column, its data type, and check the checkbox if a column allows null as shown. In column name, type a unique column name, choose a data type for the column from the drop down list, choose the appropriate length for the string data types, and choose whether to allow null values for each column by check the checkbox. Enter column information in a separate row for all the columns. Here is an example. Here employee table is defined with column names as employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone, hire date, salary, and data types for these columns, that is int, n varchar, date, money, etc. And checkbox is clicked in allow nulls, which will allow null value in the field. Now we will see how to create a table in SQL Server query window. First open new query window and select the database where you want to create a table. For this we will use statement, give the database name, that is project1, and execute this query. When you execute this query, the database name is changed here. Here it will specify which database is open under which we are going to create the table. And then we will use create statement. So create table employee bracket, and here first I will define employee ID, which is the name of a field, of type int, then employee name of type n varchar of size 50, then first name of type n varchar 50, then last name of type n varchar of size 50, then email, then phone, then hire date of type date, and salary of type money. And then execute this command. It will display commands completed successfully. and when we refresh these tables under project 1 database, it will display employee. Here project 1 is a database, DBO is a schema, and employee is a table name. Now we will see creating a database using SQL Server Management Studio. First expand the database, then right click on tables, new table, then specify the column name. So I will give employee ID, then data type, I will select int, and I will remove this null value, that is employee ID should be filled while entering the data. Then first name of type and varchar 50, then last name, then email, then phone, then hire date of type date, and salary of type money. Then we will save this by Ctrl S, and I will give the name employee 1, and I will click on OK, and when I refresh these tables, employee 1 table is created here.